Hey there, I'm Ruby. I'm 38 years old. The story that I'm going to share with you happened a couple of years ago. At that time, I thought I would never heal from the betrayal and hurt, but here I am today. I'm writing about it so I can show everyone how I got through everything. Zach and I met 9 years ago, back when we were very young and full of life. Zach had a special charm and drew me in from the very beginning. He was a hard-working individual. He always worked very hard to achieve his goals. In fact, that's what made me fall so deeply in love with him. He also had the prettiest smile, which also brightened my day. After dating for a couple of months, we knew that we wanted to be together for the rest of our lives. We got married after dating for 2 years. I was beyond happy to spend the rest of my life with him. Zach's work ethic inspired me to work harder to achieve my own goals. In those early years of marriage, everything was perfect. We lived comfortably and enjoyed a lot of good moments. But then 2020 hit us like a ton of bricks. Zach lost his job, and instead of bouncing back and searching for new opportunities, he would lock himself up in his home office to either wallow in his sadness or play online games. Initially, I understood his struggles and supported him emotionally. As time went on, Zach's gaming addiction took over his life. He spent hours playing video games in his home office, while I struggled to fix our financial problems. Even though Zach didn't have a job, he kept spending money recklessly. He borrowed a lot of money, claiming it was for bills, but he used it to buy expensive gaming stuff. Meanwhile, I worked harder just to pay our bills. It felt like he expected me to do everything while he did nothing to help as a partner. As time passed, Zach's debts got worse. Some of the people he borrowed from were scary loan sharks, and they wanted their money back. I was worried about our life, so I got another job and started paying off the debts to save us. But Zach didn't listen to me when I tried to talk to him about finding a job. He promised he was looking and going to interviews. There was no real progress. To make matters worse, Zach became more entitled with every day that passed. He began expecting me to do everything for him. I had to cook, clean, and take care of our home all by myself. When I couldn't meet his demands, he would throw tantrums like a spoilt child. I was so tired, physically and emotionally. My friends and my mum told me to leave him. They told me that he didn't care about me. But I loved Zach and I believed in our love. I thought he was just going through a rough time and that things would get better. But I was wrong. Before I knew it, 6 months had passed, and nothing changed except that we began fighting almost every single day. One day we had a really bitter fight. I was reaching my limit with Zach's entitlements, and so I snapped.
Babe, what the hell? There's no food in the house again. Are you even being responsible anymore?
Are you serious, Zach? Responsible? I worked 2 jobs just to keep a roof over our heads while you sit around all day gaming. I'm the one who's been picking up the pieces of our financial mess while you spend money like it's some kind of game.
Here we go again, always playing the victim. I'm tired of your nagging.
Nagging? Is that what you call it? I call it trying to save us from drowning in debt. I've begged you to find a job, to contribute something, but all you do is make empty promises and play your damn games.
You don't understand. Gaming is my passion. It's what makes me happy. I can't just give that up.
Well, it's about time you started prioritizing reality over your virtual worlds. I'm the one working day and night to pay off the debts you've accumulated. I'm the one who has to deal with loan sharks threatening us because of your reckless spending.
Maybe if you were a better wife, I wouldn't have to resort to borrowing money. You're always too busy or too tired to take care of me.
Take care of you? What about me? Who's been taking care of everything else while you act like a child? I'm exhausted. I can't do it all on my own.
I can't argue with you anymore. I'm going out. Maybe I'll find someone who appreciates me for who I am.
Fine, go. Maybe you'll realize the value of what you had when it's too late. But don't you dare come crawling back to me when you've hit rock bottom. Zach stormed out of the house, leaving me furious and hurt. I left for work, seething with anger, and when I returned home, he was nowhere to be found. Hours passed, and I was beginning to get seriously worried. My thoughts were racing through all the worst-case scenarios of what had happened to Zach. I tried calling him multiple times, and every time I was redirected to his voicemail. Zach, where the hell have you been? I've been worried sick about you.
Relax, I was out buying a lottery ticket, okay? I wanted to finally contribute something to this damn house and make you shut up about the debts.
Are you kidding me? You disappear for hours without a word, and you come back with a lottery ticket? Do you have any idea how worried I was? We needed to talk.
Well, guess what? I won. I won a pretty huge amount of money.
What? You won? That's amazing. We can finally pay off a significant portion of the debts. This is our chance to start fresh.
Start fresh? Are you out of your mind? I'm done with this pathetic excuse for a marriage. I deserve better than you, Ruby. You've been holding me back for far too long.
Holding you back? What are you talking about? I've supported you through thick and thin. I've sacrificed so much for us, and now you're just throwing it all away?
Sacrifice? All you ever do is nag and complain. You're never satisfied. Well, I'm tired of it. I want something better for myself, and that doesn't include you. Here are the divorce papers. I found myself a good lawyer to represent me in case you feel like contesting this divorce, because now I have wealth.
Can't believe what I'm hearing. After everything we've been through, you're just going to walk away? You're going to abandon our love and our commitments?
Love? Commitment? Don't make me laugh. This is my chance to live the life I've always wanted, and you're not part of it anymore. Sign the damn papers. I'm giving you a week to get out of my life.
His mean words and actions hurt me a lot. I was devastated. I couldn't understand how he could change so much. I kept thinking about all the things I did for our relationship. For him! How did things get so bad? Our house felt so empty and quiet. It made me feel even lonelier and sadder. Feeling all alone and heartbroken, I went to my best friend Erica's house. She saw me crying and hugged me. She invited me inside and made us hot chocolates.
Okay, time to spill. What happened? Why do you look so devastated?
Erica, it's all over.
What do you mean? Are you okay? Is Zach okay? Oh, Zach is more than fine. Zach won the lottery, but instead of celebrating together, he dropped a bomb on me. He said he wanted a divorce and that he was leaving me.
What? That's crazy! How could he do this to you? Tell me everything!
It's not just that. He accumulated huge debts and the loan sharks have quite literally been terrorizing us. I've been working day and night to make ends meet while he indulges in his gaming addiction. I've been dealing with everything all by myself. What about his job? Why are loan sharks chasing him? He hasn't even begun to try finding a job since he lost his in 2020. He borrowed money from anywhere he could and spent that money on his games instead of helping me. I've been dealing with this for a while now. It's been so hard. I can't believe that man. Neither can I. I'm so angry for you, sweetie. As if it wasn't enough to screw you over the first time, he decided to do it again when he won his lottery. You know what? We can't let him get away with this. We need to take revenge.
Revenge?
I don't know, Erica. I'm hurt and angry, but revenge feels like sinking to his level. Besides, I just want to move on and rebuild my life.
Sweetie, I completely get why you don't want to do this, but think about it. He used you. He betrayed you. He left you in financial ruin that he caused while he lived a carefree life. He needs to face the consequences of his actions. It's tempting, I'm not going to lie. Look, you lost sight of all your dreams because of him. You literally haven't been anywhere except at your workplaces. I mean, when was the last time you went to get your hair done? This is a great way to at least make the time you spent on him seem worth it. Okay, you're right. Let's do it. Let's give Zach hell. I deserve better, damn it. Will you help me plan and execute the revenge, love? You don't even have to ask. Since I had so much anger built up inside of me, I was able to come up with a good plan of revenge. We decided to throw a surprise party for Zach to congratulate him. At this party, we would invite all his close friends and the loan sharks too. We wanted everyone to see him fall. Once our plan started to come together, I called Zach and acted like I wanted to talk things out. We set up a meeting at our favorite cafe. When Zach came to meet me, I gave Erica my house keys so she could go to his house and decorate it for the surprise party. When Zach and I sat down at the cafe, I felt a lot of different things. Zach, please, let's talk about this. Can't we find a way to work things out?
Work things out? Don't you get it? I deserve better than this. I deserve a life that isn't tied down to someone like you.
What about all the love we shared, all the sacrifices I made for us? I took on extra jobs. I supported you through thick and thin.
Sacrifices? Is that what you call it? All I see is you holding me back, limiting my potential. I need to be free to live my life without you dragging me down.
How can you say that? After everything we've been through all the years we've spent together, I thought we had something special.
Well, I've realized that what we had wasn't enough for me. I need more. I deserve more.
More? Is money and a life of luxury all that matters to you now? What about love? What about loyalty and commitments?
Love? Loyalty? Those things won't pay the bills, Ruby. They won't give me the life I've always dreamed of. I need to chase my own happiness.
What about my happiness? What about the promises we made to each other? You're throwing it all away without even a second thought.
It's time for you to face reality. I'm leaving and there's nothing you can do about it. Sign those papers and move on.
Fine, if that's what you want. But remember, Zach, actions have consequences. You'll soon realize the price you have to pay for the pain you've caused. We sat in silence after our conversation. I hoped that there would be at least a little change in him in the last few days. Instead, he was more determined to leave me. That was fine by me.
He was going to pay big time. I checked my watch and realized that I had given Erica more than enough time to finish preparing and for the guests to arrive. I broke the silence that had settled between us by asking him if I could collect my belongings from our home. He agreed reluctantly, and so we made our way there together. Never one to miss the opportunity to brag, Zach kept talking about his new wealth and his plans. We reached his house 10 minutes later. To keep the surprise a true surprise, we made sure that all our guests parked their vehicles a couple of blocks away. I didn't want Zach to get spooked and run away like he wanted to. As we stepped inside, a loud "Congratulations!" filled the air. Zach's initial confusion quickly turned into fears once he saw everyone that was standing in front of him. All the people he owed money to showered him with false praise for his lottery win. One of them even walked up to Zach and sarcastically congratulated him on his win while patting him on the back before asking Zach when he would get paid. Terrified, Zach asked to be excused for a minute and pulled me aside. He led me to what was once our bedroom.
"What the hell, Ruby? How could you do this to me? You told everyone out there that I won the lottery, now they're going to come after me harder."
"Don't you dare put this on me, Zach. I've done nothing but support you, and this is how you repay me, with betrayal and ungratefulness."
"Oh, please, Ruby, this isn't support. This is sabotage. This is exactly why I'm leaving you. Make them go away right now."
"Oh man, I really wish I could, but they just seem so eager to come after they heard about your good fortune. Quickest RSVPs I've ever received. Getting rid of them seems like a wife problem. Here, I signed the papers. I'm no one to you, so this isn't my problem to deal with."
No, Ruby. I'm so sorry. Don't leave me, please. I'll do anything. I'll make it right. Just give me another chance.
"It's too late for that. I've handed you the signed divorce papers. Time to man up and face the consequences of your actions."
Please, Ruby, don't leave me alone. I can't bear it.
"You should have thought about that before you pushed me away. Goodbye, Zach." I felt really disgusted as I looked at him. I realized who he really was. I left him and didn't look back. I wanted him to face what he did. Zach tried to follow me, looking desperate, but he found the loan sharks he had tried to trick instead. I decided to tell everyone everything. I spoke loudly and told everyone what happened that led to this party. I told them about how I worked hard to support us, and Zach didn't appreciate it and instead chose to leave me as soon as his life got better. I also told them that Zach planned to leave without paying his debts. His friends looked disappointed in him, and the loan sharks got angrier. Erica said even his new money couldn't cover his debts, so they should take his house as payment. The loan sharks surrounded Zach to make sure he couldn't run away. He realized he was in trouble, and I felt satisfied to see him face the consequences. All of Zach's friends, along with Erica and I, decided it was time to leave. I left with my head held high and Zach's terrified face as the ultimate victory. I had taken my revenge and exposed his true nature to the world. I felt like I had finally made him feel how much he had hurt me. It was a turning point, a moment of clarity that made me realize I deserved better than what Zach had to offer. A week later, Zach sent me a desperate text, begging for another chance. He promised me that he would change his ways. He told me that he was penniless and homeless. He was left with nothing but regret. A part of me felt a little sympathetic because this was the man I loved, and seeing him suffer was not something I ever thought I'd have to see. But I knew that I couldn't go back to him, especially since he'd left me as soon as he got the money. I had to make a difficult decision for my well-being. With a heavy heart, I decided to block him. It wasn't an easy step, especially because the memories of our relationship tugged at my emotions. However, I was determined to start fresh. As time passed, I knew blocking Zach was the right choice. I embraced my freedom and independence. Instead of relying on someone who couldn't keep promises, I focused on my happiness and growth. I didn't have to worry about his debts and bills anymore. I quit one job and put all my effort into the other one. I worked hard and got promoted, which gave me better benefits and more money. Living with Erica was the best part. She supported me during tough times, and being with her felt like a breath of fresh air.